This week I tried sweet potato glass noodles from P.F. Chang's. So, some of the culture and history from sweet potatoes, but also the glass noodles, is that the noodles were considered a luxury, but now they're a very common staple around Asian culture and can be found in almost any Asian cuisine. It can be found in the international aisles of most grocery stores. The sweet potato itself made its way to Japan in the 17th century and then to Korea in the mid 18th century, and then the noodles became popular in the 1930s. Sweet potatoes were originally introduced in Korea to help with famine because of their nutrient content. The noodles are eaten as an everyday food as well as a celebration food because in the Asian culture, noodles mean long life. So the noodles are not just the glass noodles themselves, but all noodles are considered celebration foods. In Japanese culture, they are commonly used in dishes like stir fry, which is how I tried it. The nutrient composition of the glass noodles themselves, not the whole entire dish, there's 90 calories in one serving, 0 grams of fat, 0 milligrams of cholesterol, no sodium, 22 grams of carbohydrates, less than 1 gram of dietary fiber, 0 sugar, 0 protein, and then they're just commonly listed as sugar-free, vegan, and gluten-free. Some of the health benefits to the noodles is just they're beneficial to anyone's health because they're a food that is low in fat and cholesterol. Obviously, in some dishes with heavy sauces or stuff like that, it can change the health benefits, but the noodles themselves have a substantial amount of carbohydrates. They're wheat-free, gluten-free, and are a very nutrient-rich alternative for a person who requires or chooses a gluten-free or vegan diet. They're much lower in calories than even whole wheat pasta, and so they're a very good option for people who are trying to be calorie conscious. So freshness and quality of sweet potatoes themselves. When you are choosing sweet potatoes, they should be firm with no dark or mushy spots. And once they turn soft or wrinkly, they most likely have gone bad. Usually at this point, if you cut into them, you can pretty much tell without tasting them that they are not good anymore. So some agricultural information about sweet potatoes. They actually take 95 to 120 days to grow and be ready to pick. And when they are ready to be harvested, the leaves around them will be turned slightly yellow. So like the veins of the leaves will turn yellow. And after the potatoes are picked, they actually must be cured, which I did not know that about sweet potatoes, but they must be placed in an 85-degree, very humid environment for 4 to 6 days. And this increases the amount of sugar and just enhances the sweet taste. When preparing glass noodles, they're not boiled like traditional noodles. It's recommended to pour boiling water over the noodles and then let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes. After they are strained, you can put in sesame oil to keep them from sticking together. Then they also can be stir-fried with vegetables, various meats, and other items and sauces, which is how I tried them, stir-fried with eggs and chicken and different vegetables, which was very good. So, tasting sweet potato glass noodles. I really enjoyed the taste of the noodles. I ordered the dish from P.F. Chang's, like I mentioned before, and it was stir-fried with chicken, eggs, mixed vegetables, and then a sauce that they used. The noodles themselves really did not have a, noticeable flavor, but they soaked up the flavor of the sauces and they went well with the chicken and the egg in it also. It wasn't quite as filling as normal noodles, but that could potentially be from the low caloric levels. And then here is a photo of the dish. As you can see, the noodles are pretty transparent. They have, when I compared sweet potato glass noodles to other glass noodles, the sweet potato glass noodles definitely have a more brown yellow tone to them, and then the color changes from there depending on how you cook them. My perspectives are different because when these noodles were originally introduced, they were rare and for wealthier people because of the process to make them and just access to these noodles. And they're so uncommon in traditional American culture because I've eaten noodles all my life and I've never had the glass noodles before, but they have no significance in wealth or class. In Asian culture today, they are very common and are a basic dish making, which proves that it has evolved, but they originally were used as a higher class meal. And then these are all my sources.